It's very airy and it's kind of melts in your mouth. Hi guys, it's Rie. Today I'm going to show you 3 very different kind of cheesecake. Some of them are a little bit challenging. Don't worry, there are some hacks that help you make perfect cheesecake. First, Japanese souffle cheesecake. First, I want to prep cake pan. I'm using 6-inch spring foam pan. I'm going to grease my pan so the parchment sticks better. I'm gonna use knife to cut. Spring foam pan comes with 2 pieces, and we are going to use water bath cooking method. If you put in the water, there is a gap and water comes into the pan. So I'm going to use aluminum foil. I think spring foam pan is better for this cake, so you can easily remove from the pan. Now, the most difficult part is done. Let's get to the fun part. First, I'm adding cream cheese, butter, and heavy cream. We are going to use double boiler. So you are going to mix until evenly smooth. I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to separate egg whites and egg yolk. And I'm going to add egg yolk in here. Nice color. And 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Usually half lemon makes 1 tablespoon lemon juice. Now I am going to sift cornstarch. I enjoy baking a lot. Of course, my favorite part is like eating. This is already pretty smooth, but I want to make it extra smooth and make sure there's no cream cheese chunks. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator to chill so it will incorporate better with my meringue. I have egg whites. Then I'm going to add sugar gradually. It's kind of like in between soft peak and hard peak. So this is the mixture I made earlier. Then I'm going to take about 1/4 of the meringue, incorporate it well. The first mix is done, and I'm going to add all the rest of the meringue. And I try not to overmix here, but make sure there is no meringue white stream is visible. Now I'm going to add this in a mold. Yeah, nice ribbon. And I'm gonna just tap so there is no big bubble. I use paper towel underneath it so it doesn't give a direct heat or hot water. About halfway of the spring foam pan. Oven temperature is a very important factor for this cheesecake. When I tested, it cracked so many times. So first, we are going to bake this lower heat, 250 for 60 minutes. Increase the heat for 325 and bake for 10 minutes. Let's go to the oven. This cake is baked. You want to eat right away, right? But this cake tastes better if you chill in the refrigerator at least 2 hours or preferably overnight. I'm gonna unmold, reveal. I'm brushing apricot jam, just make the top shiny. And here we have it, Japanese souffle cheesecake. Look how pretty they are. Can't wait to have a bite. It's really light, but kind of still have like nice cheesecake flavor, just like taste of my childhood. And I think this is very different and very good contrast from the cheesecake I'm making next. Let's do it. We are on to the American cheesecake, and I think the best part is the bottom. Everyone is nodding here. All right, so let's get started. First, we have 12-gram crackers made into crumbs, 1 stick butter. Combine well. Right, I'm using a 9-inch spring foam pan grease. I'm going to add crumbs. Dry cup measurement is the perfect thing to use. Kind of press. I think that's good. So we are going to bake this at 350 degrees for 20 minutes and let it cool for room temperature. I'll be right back. Pretty good. Now I'm going to make fillings. First, I'm going to crack eggs, and I'm going to use 4 eggs. I have 24 ounces cream cheese, add sugar and cream together. I'm going to add egg one by one. I'm going to add vanilla extract. Butter is ready and crust is ready. I'm going to use foil technique that I showed you for Japanese cheesecake so the water doesn't get in. We are going to use water bath technique instead of just baking in the oven, so it's foolproof, so it won't crack. Now I'm going to add a piece of paper towel, put the pan in and add the butter, kind of shake it, and I'm going to add hot water. And we are going to bake this at 350 for 1 hour, or the center is slightly still jiggly, but outside is kind of set. Let's go. So I baked this cheesecake and let it chill for 12 hours to overnight, and I'm going to just decorate. I like decorating. I think it's kind of nice, gives a nice pop. I like to add mint, kind of filling the gap. Here we have it, American cheesecake. It's very rich and it's very dense. Nice contrast with the crust underneath. So I think adding fresh fruits, it gives a nice contrast with rich cream cheese to fresh fruits. This cheesecake is great, but next one is very exciting. The last cheesecake we are making is Basque cheesecake. This is known as a burnt cheesecake. So you are going to bake it like super high heat. And this one is super easy to make. I have 2 pounds of cream cheese and I'm adding sugar. Okay, I think this is nice and creamy and all the sugar is dissolved and incorporated. I'm going to add eggs one by one. So first egg. Scrape the side. I'm going to add 2 cups of heavy cream and make sure it's room temperature. And I'm going to add slowly. And I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to sift flour. And if you have a stand mixer, you can totally use the stand mixer. Alright, butter is done and I'm going to prepare my mold. Alright, so Basque cheesecake hack. Basque cheesecake, you want to crumble the parchment paper, but it's difficult to line if you crumble. It kind of have a gap and it doesn't line well. But if you soak in the water, it's easier to line. So first, you kind of crumble, soak in the water. Paper kind of become a little bit flexible. A little bit moisture is fine, it doesn't affect anything for the cake. I'm gonna just pour. So I'm going to bake this at 400 degrees for 50 to 60 minutes. The top is dark brown and the center part is kind of jiggly, but it will set as it cooled, so don't worry about it. Let's bake this. Alright, we baked it and let it cool to room temperature, and look at this. It is pretty dark brown. This is what you want. The color is very unique and also the texture is the most beautiful thing about this Basque cheesecake. If you're a beginner baker, I think this is the best cheesecake to try for the first time because you just mix it and bake it in a high temperature. You don't need to worry about cracking because you want to burn. You will gain confidence. I like how rustic this looks. Let's mold. Ooh, kind of smell like a little bit caramelized smell. So different, unreal. So it kind of like s'more. You want to burn the marshmallow, right? I made 3 different cheesecakes today: Japanese souffle cheesecake, American cheesecake, and Basque cheesecake. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. If you make any of those cheesecake, tag me on Instagram and see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Oh, yes!